Hey, what's going on? Hope you are doing well wherever you are and however you're watching this. Randomly this morning wrote a 1 minute like a Medium article, like just randomly about altars and responses to communication and all that kind of stuff. And I just wanted to kind of share a random thought with you, especially if you're a communicator, a preacher, a pastor, whatever. Like if you have at any time in your life you speak and then ask for people to respond, especially in a way of like having them move towards a response, like for the front for an altar, to pray with somebody, or like to come up and write something down, whatever. I've been seeing something lately that's been almost concerning to me because like as communicators, we want as many people to respond to the cause of the action that we want. Like we want as many people to get that. But yet so much recently I've been seeing a lot of this where people will, as the communicator, they'll get near the end, and as everyone's sitting down, they'll say, hey, if you want to respond to this, come up to the front and receive prayer, come pray, any of those options. And a lot of times nothing happens, or very few things happen, or very few people respond because they're sitting down. What I've realized, even in my own experience, is if I'm told to respond, and if I want to respond, I feel led to do that or whatever. Like if I'm sitting down, even for me, I'm way less likely to get up and move forward, because honestly, because then everybody's looking at you. Like everyone's looking at me, and I'm kind of over that, a lot most of the time. But there are some times where I'm like, man, like I just kind of want to go respond. Like I just want to have like my moment with God, or my moment, just kind of want to do my own thing. Because let's be real, like a relationship with God, especially if we're talking about preaching, a relationship with God is not private. However, it is personal. Like it's a public proclamation. We're public about our faith, or we should be. So it's not a private thing, but it can be very personal at times. And so what ends up happening, I think, when we have communication and we ask for a response, but we don't have them stand up right beforehand, I think we end up like hindering the people's opportunity to respond in a comfortable way. Like personally, my goal at any time whenever I speak, communicate, preach, whatever, like I want everyone to have the most awkward free experience as possible. And that's when I pray with people, that's just to have them respond or whatever. Like I want them to feel like this is like honestly, I want them to feel like they're going from their living room to their kitchen. Like it's that simple, it's that normal for them. But when you have people sitting down and then asking them to stand up and come forward to respond, you're adding an entire another step. So what I've encouraging people to do, and what I would love to encourage you to do if you kind of see this happening in your own stuff, because honestly, nothing changes. A pastor told me recently, he was like, there's a fine line between motivation and manipulation. And this is a total motivation thing. Like our motivation as people and communicators is to get people to respond. So here's what I typically do. At about 1.5 to 2 minutes before I know I want to give that opportunity, like, hey, if that's you, come and pray or whatever. About 2 minutes before, I say this line almost every time. I say, hey, if you're physically able to, would you just stand up with me? And then I keep talking. And then everyone stands up because, they just do. And so they stand up. And then when I give that response, everyone's already standing. And they've already kind of, in a way, responded halfway to just to me in general. But then it makes them so much easier, so much more comfortable for me just to kind of step out of the aisle and walk up, because I know not everyone can see me, and it becomes more personal and it becomes more private if they need to feel that way. And honestly, what I've seen is the response is way, way bigger. And so then more things can happen, more people can, pray for something, receive whatever they need from the Lord, or sign up for whatever it is. So I just want to encourage you, if you're a communicator, pastor, whatever, and you're not doing this, just try it out. Even like this next time that you're going to speak, like 2 minutes before, a minute before you're going to bring up that opportunity, just say like, hey, can everyone just stand up as we get ready to close? And then they'll stand up, and then you can say, hey, if that's you, respond. And I almost guarantee your responses will be way better, way bigger than they ever are in the past without doing this. Hope this works out. Give me your thoughts. Blessings.